Bro, why can't we get through a day without you trying to riz the people up?
Sorry, hang on.
Okay, Jalen Mills. Save that. Hey, save that for the misses, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's crazy. I can say that now. That's
hey,
crazy.
listen. Clap it up for my boy in chat. Finally happily married. Welcome to the club, brother.
Facts,
it's been
bro.
a long ride.
Yes,
but here
sir,
we are.
man.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Oh man.
We've been driving on a donut for a while now, but we just got a brand new tire, so we're good to go.
Straight out driving on rims. Or hey, you were me like 2 months ago, just out on the water, fishing with no bait, no line, just passing time.
Facts, bro.
And you finally got some bait, and hey, here we are.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up.
What's going on?
Sorry for the hiatus, the staycation. You know, things happen. You know, we're two busy men. And you know, since football season's over, you know, we might get a week or so that, you know, we're on a little hiatus, but hey, it happens. We're going to try to be as locked in as we can. If not, hey, that's all right. But y'all be locked in. Drop a like, subscribe. Let us know what you want to talk about in the comments. We got a lot to talk about today because, you know, since our last show, a lot has happened in the sports world, and I am ready to talk about it.
So am I.
Football, basketball, other sports. We got it all. So hit like, hit subscribe, do all that stuff. Tap in. Just because football season's over doesn't mean football season's over.
Facts.
The combine happened today. Basketball is going on. Baseball's about ready down the corner. NASCAR just started. Hey, bro, listen. If you're a female at home and think just because football season's over, you know, you're going to get more time with your man, we're just going to another sport.
Yeah, not a chance. This is probably honestly, like, I love watching football. This is probably my favorite portion of the year. I love the off season.
Yeah.
Because it's where conspiracies get at its highest. And we find out shit that happened during the season, like we'll talk about, that is insane. And then we get ready for the draft and talk about some young guys, free agency. We got to talk about the running back market at some point. Yep. There's so much going on in the offseason day to day that you casuals don't really know. So make sure you tap in, leave a like, sub, comment down below what you want us to talk about, because we got that time of the year we got to fill the show up. So make sure you let us know if there's something you want us to talk about. So, but yeah, dude, I think we need to talk about your boy to start off the show.
My boy, Arthur Juan, doing the Lord's work, bro. The Lord's work. So it has been a while because this is not new news. In case you've been living under a rock, and we're going to react to it here because my co-host is living under a rock.
Facts.
There has been numerous stories and sources that have come out about the Philadelphia Eagles, and particularly A.J. Brown, about whether or not they want to be there, whether like relationships have fractured with him and Jalen Hurts, the coaching staff, you know, how he was used. And, you know, that's all valid concerns. But we all heard how the media made A.J. Brown out to be the bad guy. They said A.J. Brown's the problem. They didn't look at the scheme or, you know, the play calling by Brian Johnson that was assisted by Nick Sirianni. No, it was A.J. Brown's bitching and complaining on the sideline. He's the problem. That's not the case, bro. That has never been the case. And we have the 20-minute interview here, and we're going to sit through it, and you're going to hear pretty much everything all those real fans who have lived through the situation already know about the situation. So without further ado, and, you know, we'll stop periodically through here unless you just want to watch it through because it's a 20-minute interview. We'll get our thoughts.
Some of the crap, but
Yeah, we'll get our thoughts at some spots.
Yep.
But with that being said, hey, let's get into it, bro.
Let's hear it.
Oh shit!
I didn't even know we were switching to this. Let's go.
Yeah, we
All right.
switch into this.
Let's go.
All right.
Well, he is called in, Ike. We are lucky to be joined by Eagles star receiver A.J. Brown. A.J., how's it going? It's Jack Fritz, Ike Reese here on WIP.
How y'all doing, man?
What's up,
Does
AJ?
it sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, so there's been a lot that's been discussed, I guess, about you and what have you. And honestly, I woke up this morning was surprised about all the stuff about you potentially coming on today. But we're excited. We're excited, man, to have you potentially clear up a lot of stuff that's been out there. First of all, is there anything that you particularly want to clear up and that you have to say?
No, I don't. I mean, no, I don't have anything to clear up. You know, I'm going to talk to you guys and answer whatever question you want to answer.
Okay.
You need answer, but so yeah, I'm gonna give you guys like 10 minutes, and after that, then it is what it is.
All right, well, let's shoot with it, man. Like I said, we appreciate you calling. Let's get to it. I think the first thing most Eagles fans want to know is your state of mind, your happiness with being an Eagle currently and moving forward. Let's start with that one about your feelings about being a Philadelphia Eagle now and for the foreseeable future.
I have no problem. I want to be here. It's simple as that. I love where I'm at. It's simple as that. Next question.
Okay. Okay. Well, so here's another.
Oh, yo, y'all hear that? Hey, listen. He said, "I want to be here." Next question. You know when a guy like A.J. Brown comes into the cut talking about, hey, I want to be here. Short and sweet to the point. Next question. You know bro is ready and about that business. And as we see here, my co-host, his PC dead. He's rebooting. So Kyle will be back in a little bit. But we're just gonna keep going through here. Are you actually talking to a pro? We're not talking to AJ Brown right now. We're reacting to the interview on 94 WIP. AJ Brown called in to the afternoon show with Ike Reese and I forget the other guy's name, and pretty much just aired it out.
Yep.
And as you can see here, listen, hey, he said, I want to be here. Next question. Bro's ready for business. He's about it. He's about it, bro. He about it. You know when Russell Westbrook said, next question. Next question. AJ Brown's on that Russell Westbrook timing. Next question.
For sure.
Another thing that everybody is somewhat been speculating about is the relationship between you and Jalen, right? I remember last year when you, maybe it was the year before that, when you got traded for and you and Jalen FaceTiming each other, and we know how close you guys are and everything of that nature. And it just seems from the outside that maybe there could be something with you two's relationship and whether or not that's an issue. What do you say to that?
You know, I think that's total BS. You know, I'm not gonna get into me and his relationship on the air, but it's total BS. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a problem when I was on my six game streak. They wasn't talking about that then. So they only started talking about that when we started losing. So of course, yeah, you see friction from everybody, from the coaches, the players, from everybody. So yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. He couldn't have said it any better, bro. They weren't talking about it when he was on his 6-game streak of $125. They weren't talking about it when we were 10-1. But as soon as we started losing and it all started unraveling, that's all you heard.
Mm-hmm.
And Jalen and AJ are just not the same. Jalen's not a good leader. AJ don't want to be here. He keeps beefing with the coaches. It's BS, bro. It's BS.
Facts.
AJ, one thing that also is on the minds of Eagles fans, and they want to make sure they know if it's you or not. Is that your Twitter account right now, or is someone else running your Twitter account, or someone hack your Twitter account?
So whatever weekend it was, somebody did hack my Twitter account. I got my Twitter account back. So the last week when I called you guys out for your BS, yes, that was totally me. Last night, yeah, that's totally me. But the other day when talking about whatever, that was not me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Simple as that.
No, listen.
I got a couple questions for you guys though.
For sure.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Like, you guys supposed to be supporting Philly, but you know, it don't turn out to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why make up so many rumors? You know what I'm saying? Like, because most of the rumors don't even be real rumors. These are rumors that you guys are making up and everybody run with. Like, so what's the deal? Like,
well, for us particular, I don't think either one of us have made up any type of rumors about you or anybody.
Cap.
Yeah.
Cap.
I will say there was a definite change of a body language after the streak of 125 yards ended.
What do you mean?
Between him and Jalen, like, they're gonna bark on the sidelines and shit, but like, and that's shit. But there was a definite shift. You could tell something was different, in my opinion. Watching it game to game, you could tell they're just the circle was much looser, if that makes sense.
Well, in retrospect, looking back at it, you look at everything as a whole. Like, you look at the whole picture. It wasn't just Jalen and AJ.
No.
Like, it was the whole offense.
Yep.
It started with the scheme. The lack of innovation, the lack of creativity. You know, we were stale as fuck. Everybody figured it out. We were the most predictable team in the league. Bro, we looked worse than the Carolina Panthers, bro.
You had Christian McCaffrey on the Manning cast calling out your plays before they were ran.
And listen, it's AJ Brown's fault. It's because he's a locker room cancer, apparently.
You gotta blame the diva wide receiver.
Diva. And listen, he addresses that too later on. We'll get to that part of the interview, but I mean, it just because like he wasn't getting the ball, I don't think factored in to like the shift in body language.
Yeah.
It was the team as a whole. Like, we just were not, like, our scheme was just not good enough. And obviously we could have all the best players in the world, which, like, arguably we did. And, you know, we still look like ass. And that's one common denominator is the scheme. So that's the root of it for me. And I'm going to keep saying it.
Everybody else on the team. I know I may have met you once in passing or twice, so you may not even remember me. I know I'm a former player with the Eagles, and that's one thing I don't do is make up anything about any player or anything that's going on. Now, we may react to things that are being reported and come up with our own opinion about things and then form questions that we feel is worthy of being discussed with our audience. You got to realize you guys are Philadelphia Eagles. It's the #1 sports team in this town. And when things aren't going well with the team, especially from a results standpoint and how the season ends, people are going to speculate. People are going to want to know what happened. And that's a big mystery. That's a big mystery as to what happened with this team coming down the stretch. A team that was 10-1 and looking like the best team in the league, all of a sudden wins 1 out of the last 6 games and goes out in the playoffs in embarrassing fashion.
That's a damn good point.
Yeah. I got to give Ike a lot of credit, bro. He, out of the 94 WIP crew, he's probably the most logical.
Yeah, it makes sense that you go from 10-1 to 1-6. Like, clear, like, from an outsider's perspective, that's a red flag. Something happened in that week that made a shift, in my eyes. But I don't know. We don't know, and we probably never will.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm still going to believe this. I'm always going to believe it. It was never really one thing that happened. I mean, the Niners game set the domino effect, essentially. But this was rooted way before that. And we just got away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, Ike made a good point.
This fan base is going to want to know what happened there, and speculation will happen. And so, but just far as making up rumors or making up false things, that's not something I know I personally do. My co-host right here,
maybe not
this
Ike,
station, we don't
yeah.
really do that. Now, we may bring up a hypothetical question. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I quoted a video yesterday when some guy was talking about Philly media is the reason why I get paid to do this, and then
Right.
I get cars and nice houses and all that. Like, that's BS. Like, come on.
Yeah, and
Like,
listen, go
why
ahead.
you talk like that?
That's his personal opinion, and whether it's not anything that's factual or have you, but I can understand where that could certainly rub you the wrong way, or anybody else is being spoken about in that manner. But again, that's more or less in a generalization of just basically saying your fans and your media are a big reason why the sport is as popular that it is, and it generates the money that it does. So it's more or less in a generalizing situation that it, to your point, it certainly was directed from some of your actions, but I don't really think it was personal towards you.
If we weren't on this show, the NFL would be broke.
Facts. Hey, bro, we making the NFL all the money.
Facts.
No, I think a lot of shit be personal. I'm sorry, but a lot of stuff be personal towards me though. You know, even like the whole diva thing and all that. Like, I mean, listen, I know you guys be talking. You guys, majority of the news that come out of your show be negative all the time, and I understand where you're trying to get clicks and views and this and that, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the way to go. I think you should be authentic and you should handle it the right way. But that's not how that show been going. And you know what I'm saying? I wanted to come on the show and talk to you guys a little bit and see what's going on, because it just doesn't make sense. And I made a statement. You know, like, you guys are our biggest haters. Like, we got to prove to the media, not necessarily just your radio show, but mostly the media, that
Craig Carton.
we can play ball, or we meet the standard. We should say. And you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I never dealt with nothing like that. I'm not trying to change the media. I'm not here to change the media. But I just felt like I'm going to give you guys a little 10 minutes and I'm going to answer whatever question you want to answer. And you don't got to, and honestly, I just feel like we gave you the answer. You just, like, people just didn't want to accept the answer. And that's all right too. But you can speculate, you can do whatever, but it just doesn't make sense. And it's just not the way to go. And the only reason I'm really coming on is because I'm really taking up for my teammates, because half of the stuff, half of the rumors, it really be crazy. So yeah, so that's why I'm here. So let's do it.
And that's fine, but just
yeah, and to that point, like, half of the stuff that comes out about the other teammates is like crazy. Like, the whole Fletcher Cox unhappy with Jalen Hurts as a leader, but then you hear him on with Kay Adams talking about how great of a leader he is and how much he respects Jalen Hurts. Devontae Smith on the Kay Adams show. And then the unnamed player who stopped talking to Sean Desai, and just all of the nonsense about all of the Eagles players over the year.
I do tend to think sometimes, though, like, I could play devil's advocate and say, like, there actually are problems in every locker room, not just the Eagles. And an example of them trying to keep it in-house is what Fletcher Cox would say on Kay Adams, is how he respects Jalen and does all that stuff. Like, how much of that is truth and media is just speculating, or how much of it is there actually are problems and they're trying to mask it in the media, which I think all teams take part in.
Yeah, and that's the problem with these situations, because, you know, obviously, you know, we didn't have a great end to the year.
No.
And as AJ Brown says, like, we were not the best team in the league, even though we were 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that doesn't mean that everybody's, like, the whole locker room's fractured. Everybody's out. The NFLPA grade came back for the Eagles list, and I mean, I think they were like 3rd overall as an organization.
Yeah.
The head coach and ownership got an A. That means they're behind Nick. And I understand. Listen, I was an an advocate on this show for Nick Sirianni to go. But listen, if the players are behind him, I don't have a choice.
I don't know how much of that damn list I agree with, because why are the Chiefs and the Steelers organizations so low? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think
like when you really look at it, bro, I saw the Jets scores, and their ownership was rated like a B+, and it was like 27th in the league. So is everybody just spamming F to pay respects, or is it just like
maybe?
I
don't know.
Everyone being honest? Like that's I can't ever trust those kind of lists because they know that shit's getting leaked to media.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Know. Like you don't know what's true and what's not, and that's the problem. Like with the Philadelphia outlets and people like Craig fucking Carton.
Yeah,
like trying to farm clicks and engagement off of hit pieces that aren't true. That's where the line's drawn. Because obviously, there could be a problem and things like that, but it's like what constitutes a valid criticism or just targeting engagement?
Yeah.
So
know that this isn't the place where the rumors start. If there's a report that comes out from a reporter and he puts his name on it, there's been a couple of those this week. Like that's where that originates at. That's where it starts. I don't know where they get their sources from, who's telling them what, but this is a in-live show that we react to news that's out there. And you guys play for the Philadelphia Eagles. You're the number one team in this city, and you're the team that people most care about. So when things are reported pertaining to the team, the fans are going to react and media is going to react. That's life being here in Philadelphia. I've been here 26 going on 27 years. It's what it is. And I don't think that's going to change, but I don't want you to think that it's anything personal with you. And that's why I was more than happy to have you call up. If you need to clear the air about some things, it's not personal with us. I'm not taking offense to anything. I don't think he is. And if you are, no one is trying to offend you, but if you wanted to clear the air about anything, we wanted to give you the opportunity to do that, not for our sake, but for your fans' sake. Like it's you may think it's just media, but we're just conduits to the fans. And sometimes we are, and I know some fans won't necessarily agree with this, but every fan doesn't think the same. So there are fans that are concerned about certain things that happen with the team this year, and they aren't satisfied with that. And that's just something that we discuss. And it's just the way that it is. I don't know how to go about that any differently. It's been that way before I got here, and it's probably going to continue to be that way.
That's a very good point. I think that's probably the best point Ike said in this whole interview. They're conduits to the fans.
Yep.
Absolutely agree with that.
That's understandable.
It's understandable.
AJ, I'm curious. You said that you guys gave us the answers for what happened on the stretch run. In your estimation, what do you think what is the answer? What do you think happened for that to happen? And is this locker room okay?
Yeah, the locker room is fine. Like I said earlier in the season, or after the season, whatever, I just said players wasn't executing. Like I said in the interview, that's what it came down to. I think the media kind of ran with the coaches. The coaches' fault. The coaches didn't prepare us and this and that. I never blame the coaches. I'm not the person to blame the coach. I'm not trying to blame anyone. I'm the guy who's going to look in the mirror and going to challenge everybody else. Like, it was the players not executing, and that's what happened. And if you look back closely, Ike said it a few seconds ago that we were playing like the best team in the league. No, we wasn't. We may have the best record in the league, but we wasn't playing like the best team in the league. Mm-hmm. It was like that all year.
Yeah.
But we were scratching away getting wins. And so when stuff started to really unravel and stuff like that, stuff started to not go as planned, then you saw what was happening. And then, like I said earlier, it was a domino effect, and it was trying to stop the bleed, and it was just everything was just going too fast at that point.
Try to tell y'all.
Yeah.
I told you all year y'all weren't playing worth a damn. All year you said, nah, bro. A win is a win.
I drank the Kool-Aid, that's for sure, bro. I was heavy on that Kool-Aid, bro. But yeah, bro, that he's spitting facts. He is spitting facts.
Yeah. He's repeating what I said. He watched the show and said, let me write that down.
Let me write that down. Nah, he felt that way though.
Yep.
I'm curious, Kellen Moore, new offensive coordinator, has he reached out, and how are you excited to work with Kellen Moore, and what do you think he can kind of bring to this offense?
Yeah, I'm very excited to work with him. I talked to him a couple times, but we're not talking about that. You guys want to talk about what happened, so let's talk about what happened.
Well,
this is what I'm talking about, bro. He is on demon timing.
Facts.
He ain't playing today, bro.
Nope.
I'm gonna clear this up and I'm gonna move on. Let's do it.
Okay, I mean, we actually, like I said, I thought the biggest questions people wanted to know, AJ, is your happiness with being here in Philadelphia.
Why would somebody even think that I wasn't even happy?
Well, I mean, you didn't talk to the media for a little bit there, and
I mean, you wonder why. You see what the media is doing right now. This past whole month, you wonder why. I'm not talking to him. I don't want to talk to him because no matter what I say, you guys gonna make a story anyway and pinpoint it however you want to pinpoint it. So, and it was turned to a fact because it was turned into AJ upset at the Eagles. Not the Eagles are upset or it was always AJ and it was always that narrative. And I didn't want to do my teammates like that. So so I thought at the time was not talking was the best thing for the team because I didn't want to compound a negative with a negative. You guys see what was going on. We are frustrated, but it ain't nothing we can do about it but go to work, and that's what I was trying to do.
Could not have said it any better, bro. Could not have said it any better.
yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I certainly can respect that, and no issue there with that. But the other thing is people speculating about whether or not there's an issue with you and Jalen. Again, like I said, you've answered it already. We don't have to belabor that anymore. We can move on from it. I think those are the biggest things that fans wanted to know. Forget about like the media, like part of the media. And believe me, I had to learn this coming from being on that side of things to being on this side of things, that everything isn't as black and white as we may want it to be when it comes to sports there and talking about sports. There's a lot of gray area there. And there are times when the media oversteps the line. I've been guilty of that myself, but also as a former player, I try to make sure I keep those checks and balances there as well, because I do understand it from your perspective and your teammates' perspective and the team perspective as well. So from us, I'm telling you, we're not here making up anything about you or anybody else. We may discuss hypotheticals and things of that nature. That's part of killing time. That's part of creating content. That's part of what we do as Sports Talk when you come up with certain scenarios, whether they're going to happen or not. I just don't want you to think that we appreciate you coming on this show, certainly here, AJ. No one here has made up any rumors about you or anybody else on the team. Like some of the reports we've talked about today came from a TV show on another network from someone outside of this city. And then another report came from somebody who's highly respectable in this town that's been covering this team for nearly 30 years. And he has trusted sources, so people discuss that. Other than that, nothing has really been discussed other than speculation about the team.
I understand. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to change the media. I know it's gonna be like this or whenever it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be like this when I leave. But I just truly just feel like I'm just misunderstood as a player, as a person, and it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating because anything I say, anything I do, it gets magnified times 10. I'm classified as a diva. I want the ball and this and that, blah blah blah. When honestly it's the other way around. When it's the other way around, most importantly, like you see me getting upset on the sideline, and you automatically think it's about targets. No. What if I'm holding my players accountable? Mm-hmm. What if I'm the guy that pushes everybody in the locker room, make people uncomfortable to try to better themselves for the team? What if I'm that guy? You don't see it as much. You don't see it as much from Jalen because that's not his personality. But I'm the person. Honestly, I'm the person that you need on the team because I'm willing to hold people accountable, make people around me better. But nobody sees that. All you see is the little flare-ups and stuff like that. And I can honestly say, and you see the flare-ups because nobody in that building works harder than me. Nobody in that building prepares harder than me, more than me. I can stand on that and say that. And that's why you see the passion. That's why you see me react the way I act. Like, because nobody's spending that time like me. I know for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't like that.
Why not, bro?
I'm not a fan of like open on the media saying I work harder than everybody else in the building. I don't really know how I that would rub me the wrong way if I was a teammate. Unless I was him like Kobe, like then I
AJ is kind of him though. I understand it though because it's like you know, him and everybody else, they work super hard.
Yep.
Especially AJ to, you know, be great. And then you have everybody else saying like, yeah, bro don't want to be here. It gets tiring and frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can see where it can rub people the wrong way, but it's really just like, it just magnifies his passion for the game, for being an Eagle. Like, I don't have any problem saying, like, I work harder than anybody else. Because you know what they'll say? I work harder than anybody else, too. And you know what? Raising the standard, raising the bar.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just the mentality that you get.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So I'm misunderstood. I'm not even trying to be understood by people because you're not going to understand me because you're not in my shoes. So yeah, I honestly, yeah.
But you do realize, real quick, AJ, I don't want to cut you off, but you realize people do want to understand you. Like they do want to understand you. They do want to understand.
I don't think so. The stigma between what T.O. did here and like they always trying to pinpoint that. No, they really don't. They just put me in this bubble with him or whatever he did in the past, and I know him. He's a great person. I'm not trying to talk bad at him, but I'm my own person. I don't move like that. I don't do none of that stuff like you can ask any of my teammates. That's the reason why I'm on the show today. Like I'm the person who stands up to the bully. Like I'm the person. And people don't really understand that.
No.
When the play is needed, I'm the person saying, throw me the ball, I get us back going. Give me the ball. Like I'm that person. But nobody sees that. Like I give my team energy. I give my team this comfortability to tell them, all right, keep pushing. All right, we just had a bad play. So what? Move on. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Like I'm the firm person in the group. But nobody really sees that. All you see is me getting upset or whatever the case may be. And like I said, I'm human. I may not do it the best way every single time, but that's who I am. That's who I'm forever gonna be until I'm 6 feet under the ground. That's who I am. I'm not gonna change who I am. So if you don't like it, you just don't like it because you might well get in line with the rest of the people. And I'm not just talking about you guys. I'm talking about the media and whoever else. Like I'm my own person, and I'm not afraid to speak up. And that's what I think it scares a lot of people because, like today, like I had the boss to get on your show today. Like I know my worth and I know what I bring to the table.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah, bro. Bro's got the stove on medium high. Cooking, bro. Straight facts, bro.
Yep.
And that's what kind of goes hand in hand with you said, oh, that comment kind of could rub me the wrong way, but it's just he's just so passionate about being great and holding guys accountable. That's just who he is. And you know what? We might have this little leadership shift between the old guys coming out like Kelsey, BG, Fletcher Cox. AJ Brown could be that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely be that guy on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any problems with it whatsoever.
Okay.
And we appreciate it, man. Quite frankly, like I said, we appreciate it. Nothing being taken personal here. I'm glad you called up, and believe it or not, I think this is helpful for a lot of us, including media and fans, man, including fans. It helps us to get to understand you, what makes you tick, why you do the things that you do, react the way that you act. I think that there is clarification here. I think that people can come to respect that and not overreact to what we may be looking at on the outside because of what someone did years ago or the way somebody behaved that wasn't you years ago. I think you coming on and speaking your truth is perfectly fine. I think that does help to at least clear up a lot of stuff, and it may change the narrative, man. You may be surprised that it does change that narrative, and you won't be as misunderstood moving forward. Because, quite frankly, brother, whether you believe it or not, people want you here for the rest of your career. They don't want you playing anywhere else. They want you to retire in this Eagles uniform.
Damn right.
That's what, honestly, and like I said the other day, listen, I can have plans, but I also know it's a business. But I can tell you this: I want to be here, and that's all I can say. So yeah.
AJ, just last question for me during this, and again, thank you for your time. There's been a lot of reports about people within the Eagles thinking that Jalen needs to be more vocal as a leader on this team. I just want to give you the opportunity. You know him better than a lot of people. Do you agree with that, or is that something that you don't think is needed?
Listen, Jalen is himself. I don't agree or disagree. He's going to be himself, and I'm not the person to try to change him to be something that he's not or whatever the case may be. But when things were going really good, you didn't hear those reports. You know, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, the season pulled everybody every which way. You know, it was ups, it was downs, it was more downs than ups, but it started off ups and now everybody's scratching, everybody pulling, everybody just trying to see what's going on. But when we was winning, we was 10-1 or whatever, you saw the same reaction him on the sideline. But when we started losing, you still saw the same reaction. So how can you get upset at the same person who's doing the same thing? But a couple months ago or whatever, he was the greatest leader for this organization. So like I said, man, listen, I don't agree or disagree because he's going to be himself, and I want him to be himself. I don't want him to be nobody but himself because if he's not authentic. So
I could not agree with him more there. And I tried to tell y'all. We talked about these reports like, oh, everybody's saying Jalen needs to be more of a vocal leader. The organization wants him to be a little bit more vocal. I sat up here and said that's not his personality, bro. He just is not like that, and that's fine. He's more of a lead by example kind of guy.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. But, you know, it wasn't a problem when we were winning. It was like, wow, look at everybody celebrating, having a ball. I'd go back to the Giants game last year where we're beating the piss out of them, and you have AJ Smitty and Quez Watkins over on the sideline, like making it rain, and right next to them is Jalen just sitting there like stone faced. Everybody's like, bro, he got the Mamba mentality. And then they go on the last 6 to 7 skid. He's the worst leader ever, bro. Make it make sense.
Well, we're good, brother, unless you got something else you know you want to get off your chest.
No, I don't got nothing to get off my chest, man. I just want to let Philly know I love them. And everybody who's making those rumors, hey, man, you need to find another job, man.
All
right.
AJ Brown.
Eagle.
All right. So there it is. That's the interview. A lot to unpack.
Yeah.
First off, I just want to say, AJ Brown, thank you. Thank you for grilling the media and letting them know that they're just talking BS. Because if you're a fan with a working brain and a little bit of common sense, you could see right through all of the media nonsense that not only like the Philly media with the Inquirer and WIP, but like the national talking heads like Craig Milk Carton. You can see through that nonsense, bro. It was never about, oh, AJ Brown is pissed off at Jalen Hurts because he doesn't get the ball enough. It was never, oh, Jalen Hurts has just become a bad leader because, you know, just because he has. Like, it was never that, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, AJ Brown said he's not in the position to throw coaches under the bus. Well, guess what? I am, and I'm going to do it because you know what? It was on the coaches. And that's something everybody with a brain could see. The scheme was too vanilla. It was very predictable. We had no answers for the blitz. Like, bro, a high school football team should have answers for a blitz, bro. Like, make it make sense. So, when you have a scheme so incompetent, and then to couple that with the problems with the defense, having two different coordinators and that whole timing thing, it just is the perfect storm of shit for our team, and it just brought us down. And it's one of those cases where the media tries to kick us while we're down.
Yep,
that's just how the Philly media is. But AJ Brown, thank you for standing up to the bully. I know damn well I want him to retire an Eagle. He should have a lifetime contract.
That's crazy.
Listen, I've been on record. He's one of, if not the best receiver this organization has ever had. He
is.
We cannot let him retire anything other than an Eagle. So, AJ Brown, thank you. Media, go fuck yourself. It's pretty much that. Any of your final thoughts before we move on?
I just think like it's nice to say it all. Better win.
What more do you want, bro? It came from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, it came from the horse's mouth, but like I mean, we talked about it all throughout like the playoffs after they got eliminated. Like there was clearly a shift. I don't care what it was, coaching, players, front office, that made the team go to shit. And if it starts off rough next year, something's going on. So
yeah, and
that's just where I sit.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think it's going to, just because you look at what they've done, like staff wise and organizational wise. Like we brought in dudes that know what they're doing.
Yep.
On paper, like Vic Fangio, former head coach, DC for like 20 years, and he brought in a bunch of Vic guys.
Yep.
Not like, okay, we just plopped them down with, DK Elliott and the runts. Like he's like, nah, let me bring in my boy Clint Hurt. Let me bring in the linebacker coach from Tennessee. Let me bring in the DB coach from whatchamacallit, Denver. Let me bring my boys in, and we're gonna get this thing right. And that was the thing about this defense. I know, like I have such a 50-50 relationship with like how Howie Roseman built the defense, because you look at it on one end, we don't have the personnel, but on the other hand, I look at it like, bro, we still have talent. Like,
yeah,
we're talking about Slay. I know they're older, but we're talking about Slay, Bradbury, who was an all-pro last year. There has to be something there, bro. Like, come on. There has to be something there. Kevin Byard, bro, he had 3 DCs this year. And I mean, I don't know what's go at Maddox, but then you look at like the D line. I mean, we still have talent. Granted, I don't know if the old heads are going to be there, but we still have young talent. So we're going to retool the defense, but I still feel like we have talent that Vic could work with, even though, it didn't look great. And then you look on the other hand on the offense, like Kellen Moore, whether you want to believe it or not, is going to be a massive upgrade over what we had in the Nick Sirianni, Brian Johnson collaborative effort. I feel like the offense is going. Kellen Moore is going to get the most out of these guys. It's plain and simple. He's going to get the most out of AJ, but Devontae Smith, I think, is going to be the leading receiver on this team because of everything that Kellen Moore can do, moving him around inside out. Him and Dallas Goedert are going to have a field day next year. So, and those were 2 guys that kind of suffered under this offense this year. So we'll see. But, I kind of tend to believe that things are going to be a little bit better next year. But, hey, we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm always the glass half full guy.
Yep. All right. I think we need to move on to a different wide receiver in the NFL who is actually being a drama queen right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, if you're living under a rock, which this story you should have heard about because this is real news and it could turn into something much, much bigger.
Whoa. AJ Brown wasn't real news?
Well,
that's real news, bro.
Well, no, I'm more so mean they were making up a bunch of bullshit and he was trying to shut it down. The Mecole Hardman stuff is real.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so Mecole Hardman, former Jets wide receiver for, 5 business days. Chiefs receiver, 2-time Super Bowl winning wide receiver.
Caught the game winner in overtime.
Kyle tried to tell y'all. Yep. He was recently on a podcast, and he was asked about his time with the New York Jets. And in a very small summary, 2 sentences, he said, "There's no standard there. Everybody does what they want to do." And this was after he was asked about everything that happened after Rodgers' injury. Now, from a player leaving a team on like bad terms, I could see why he's pissed. But what the Jets player said is extremely interesting. So one quote from Thomas Morstead, he was the first one to kick it off. He said, "Be careful getting information from disgruntled former employees. Getting beat out.
Loved that one.
Getting beat out by a rookie free agent after getting guaranteed millions of dollars is tough to deal with."
That was my favorite one, bro.
And let's be real. Xavier Gibson was a top returner in the league this season.
Yeah, bro. He was solid.
He was great. Yep.
And you think about Mecole Hardman, who caught the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl, was practically their leading receiver outside of Kelsey, got beat out by a undrafted rookie free agent.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's nasty work.
So that was a big time statement. And then Kenny Yeboah, our 3rd string tight end, came out and said, "Ask us about our game plan getting leaked to the Eagles and the Chiefs during the season." And then Sauce Gardner, and there was another player. It was Sauce, Kenny Yeboah, Tom Morstead. Who's the other one?
I don't know.
Either way, they all came out and said, "Yeah, our game plan was leaked to the Chiefs and the Jets." And ironically, those were probably our 2 best games of the year. We lost to the Chiefs, but we shut down Mahomes, and then we beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
So this is crazy.
What? Bro, that Brian Johnson saw the fucking game plan, was like, fuck that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane if what they're saying is true. Because excuse me, that could shake up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, Mecole Hardman may never have a job again if that's true.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to get a shit ton of picks if that's true.
Tampering. Yeah.
Yeah, tampering. And the other part of it is, too, Mecole Hardman came out on the same podcast and said he was on the phone with Veach and Mahomes saying, "Come get me," during the season. Tampering.
Bro. Tampering.
And then he came out in a tweet later and walked it back and said, "I was never in contact with the Chiefs before I got traded there."
Of course he's going to walk it back, bro. But it's out there.
He said it. He said, "I was in contact with 2 specific people, Patrick Mahomes, Veach."
It's just like when Kyle Juszczyk tried to walk it back in the Super Bowl when he said, "Oh yeah, we didn't know the OT rules." And tried to walk it back, be like, "Oh, well, we actually did know the OT rules." No, you didn't, bro. Don't try to walk it back now.
Yeah. So
That's hilarious. From an outside perspective, it kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when we had Orlando Scandrick on the team, and then he got cut, and then made his parade tour on Undisputed, talking shit about us and the defense and the leaders and things like that. It's one of those things that happens. Guys get tight, but he shouldn't be tight, bro. He has a Super Bowl ring. It worked out for him, but if the tampering allegations are true, that is nasty. I think they should take his ring away if that's true.
Yeah, I think so too.
Championship.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not the game.
It's not my fault that Alan Lazard was one of the worst wide receivers in the league this year, and you still couldn't beat him out.
It's not our fault that you couldn't beat an undrafted free agent out either, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, and I do think the punt return in week 1, the movie, like that not being play of the year pissed me off, by the way. But
yeah.
Yeah, that pissed me off. But besides the point, this could be really, really ugly.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get hit for the tampering, number 1. Like talking to the Chiefs, trying to get there.
Yep.
And then if he leaked game plans, like this could potentially become a ban for life situation.
Yeah, because he's ruining the integrity of the game.
Yeah, this is worse than betting.
Yeah, bro. And listen, Calvin Ridley got a whole year for that. Isaiah Rodgers got a whole year for that.
Yep.
This bro should get like 3 years.
Yeah. And on the flip side, as a Jets fan, the thing that kind of excites me a little bit is the fact that there's been so much shit talked about like the locker room or like how things are with Rodgers and even the stuff with like Zach Wilson, like dragging him through the mud. Like, when have we heard Zach Wilson say a bad thing about the Jets? When have we heard anybody in the room say anything bad about the Jets? Like, McCole Hardman was an outcast. Yeah. He signed there with us. He wasn't even supposed to be a starting receiver for us anyways, because we had Lazard, we had Garrett Wilson, Randall Cobb, we had two undrafted free agent guys, and Jason Brownlee and Xavier Gibson. Like, McCall Hardman was there for special teams. Just so happened that Xavier Gibson was better than him. So,
yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. This is going to get messy.
Yeah,
and
I cannot wait to see.
The Jets are going to get draft compensation, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, as they should. That is that's kind of on the Jonathan Gannon level of tampering.
Yeah, teams have lost a first-round pick, right?
I think so. I think the Dolphins lost their first-round pick at some point.
Didn't something happen recently with like a first-round pick?
I think so. It might have been them. It was either the Brian Flores thing or the tanking.
Yeah,
they were tanking.
Yep. Yeah, they lost their first-round pick.
Yeah. So that might happen to Kansas City if true. But that's insane. And it's crazy because from my perspective, I feel like since after Aaron Rodgers went out, just all hell broke loose. And it's also kind of a similar situation to us. Like, you like, obviously there's a lot of turmoil. You don't really know what to believe. And, because things aren't really going well. Now the media is trying to create a narrative that's probably not true. I mean, obviously players are frustrated and like everybody's frustrated that things aren't going the way they planned it to. But, that doesn't mean that, they don't want to be there for each other and continue to work and try to get it right. But that's just the tough business of media. And McCall Hardman he's a son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I wouldn't believe it. Like if Kenny Yeboah went out and said, "Oh, then how did the Patriots get our game plan?" There's connections with the Eagles through Georgia.
Yeah.
And there's connection with the Chiefs because that's the team that drafted him, and this is the only other team he's played for.
Yep.
It makes sense. So
it's like a Bill Belichick Spygate part 2.
Yeah. So this could get extremely ugly and definitely favor my team, and I can't wait to watch McCall Hardman's stupid ass get booted to CFL or whatever.
Yep, the USFL, which is also starting up soon.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Huh.
That'll be interesting.
But I won't be watching that.
Me either.
Unless somebody important jumps into it, like I don't know, someone good.
True.
Yeah, like if Kaepernick got into the league, I'd watch it.
Yeah. That'd be nuts.
Yeah. But
all right, let's move on from the drama.
Yeah. Well,
let's
this is
some
more
facts over feelings.
Well, this is some more drama.
Okay.
In the NFL world. The running back exile propaganda is getting a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I wrote down 8 names. These are all 1,000-yard rushers at one point in their career, at least within the last 3 years, that have rushed for 1,000 yards that aren't getting franchise tagged or extended.
Yep.
Derrick Henry, 2,000-yard rusher. Saquon Barkley, one of the most talented running backs in football. Tony Pollard, top 10 running back, probably. Fringe top 10.
I'll give him that.
But he's a 1,000-yard rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs, leading rusher last season.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Eckler, granted, had an off year this year. He was hurt. But, I mean, the guy's been a touchdown machine for the last 3 years.
Yep.
Fantasy running back 1.
Yep.
Okay. DeAndre Swift had just had a career season.
My boy, bro. Yeah. Bring him back. What are we doing?
A.J. Dillon was a premier running back while Aaron Jones was in and out of the lineup this year and last year.
Yep.
And then Devin Singletary, 1,000-yard rusher. What is going on? We very like, it's so clear to me how important running backs are. We just saw Christian McCaffrey carry the San Francisco 49ers all year.
Mm-hmm.
He was offensive. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying Brock Purdy was holding him back. I'm just saying, because I don't think you believe that either. He wasn't holding him back. He wasn't propelling him, but he wasn't holding him back.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but Christian McCaffrey was that offense, one of the most prolific offenses in the league. He was the offensive player of the year.
Yeah,
in the MVP conversations.
Yep.
And now we're discussing that. Now we're discussing that the running backs aren't important anymore. Like, these are all big time running backs that simply, you can find a running back in the draft. You can't find these guys very often in the draft.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So what are your thoughts on what's going on with the running backs, dude? Because, like, these guys got to get paid. Like,
they do. The only problem is, like, are these teams willing to pay them? That's the thing. That's the tough part about business.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at ahead here. Like, the running backs want more money. The teams are like, you guys really aren't that, we can, you guys grow on trees, bro.
Yeah.
Like, y'all just saw Bijan Robinson. Like, we can get a Bijan Robinson. He's y'all, but better. There's a disconnect. There's definitely a disconnect. And, I feel like, they should probably get a little bit more because they are important. And we've seen it over the last 10 years that having an effective running game is absolutely huge in, making a deep run. We just, like you said, Christian McCaffrey carried the San Francisco 49ers. Granted, they had all pros at every position, but the first thing you think of, practically, the first thing you think about when somebody says San Francisco 49ers, the first thing you think of is Christian McCaffrey, running back. The first thing you think of when you hear New York Giants, Saquon Barkley.
Yes, and that's my point. Like, some of these guys I get. Austin Eckler, cool. A.J. Dillon, not that talented. You have Aaron Jones, cool. Yeah. But a guy like Derrick Henry, what else do you have that you're going to use that franchise tag on? Saquon Barkley, you very clearly saw him carry you to the playoffs 2 years ago. Very clearly saw that.
Say hi to
hi, baby. Hi, honey.
Sports time. Yes,
it is sports time. It is sports time.
I gotta tell my girl to get in here. Then
that's my girl. Let them have a dialogue in the comments.
Yeah.
Listen. But no, like, even Tony Pollard, like, you lost Zeke last year. What do you have? Rico Dowdle is not the answer.
Facts.
You know
Deuce
what I mean?
Vaughn is not the savior.
No, Deuce Vaughn's not the savior. And then I get, like, other guys. I mean, Singletary, cool. I get DeAndre Swift. Like, he had a career year with you guys. My thing is, it's hard to, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, and you can't upgrade over some of these guys.
Yeah. I mean, in our situation, they might think so,
Yeah.
but I don't know, bro. Swift is young compared to some of these guys. He just came off
Exactly.
a career year, and he was still underutilized, bro.
Yes.
Like, when he was getting run, he was the second best running back in the league behind Christian McCaffrey. No
Agreed.
cap.
Agreed.
No cap. And we just stopped using him.
Mhm.
And he still had a Pro Bowl season. Imagine him with Kellen Moore, bro. Oh
Yeah.
my God, bro.
Mm-hmm. That Kenneth Gainwell, bro.
What's that? Licking my chops.
Yeah.
Kenny Gainwell's not the answer, bro. And Boston Scott is probably out of here. Because he doesn't really get much run either. And Rashad Penny was a no-show all year. So yeah, guys like Swift, I hope we re-sign him. If we have a chance to get Austin Eckler, I guess I can understand because of the connection. But my personal preference is Swift. But these guys, I mean, it's going to come to a head where one of these guys is going to reset the market. And, that's just going to be the running rate for running backs.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're already paying quarterbacks so much. You're paying wide receivers so much.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line, I mean, is cool. Tight ends, meh. It really depends. Running back, it's starting to become important. So, I mean, there's going to come a point in time where running backs are starting to get more money. And with the salary cap increase, they have room to do that. But
it went up so much going into the next
30%.
year.
Yeah, it's the most in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's room to make it happen. But, again, there's only so much to go around for everybody.
It's true.
So,
my argument, I'm going to go back to the Jonathan Taylor stuff at the beginning of the year. Jonathan Taylor got one of the first multi-year contracts above $10 million in the last 5 years for a running back. It was only $12 million.
Yeah.
$12 million is nothing right now. When you really sit back and look at it, half your roster is league minimum. You have a couple max guys, and then you have the middle guys. $12 million really isn't that bad. And if you can get Jonathan Taylor for that, who's to say Derrick Henry wouldn't take a 3-year, $30 million contract? 10 years to have a top 5 running back. You know what I mean? And you can front load them. That's my thing is you can front load them. You can, I know it's all got to do with the guaranteed money because it's one of the only sports that, yeah,
12 million.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's nothing, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, it's true. In the grand scheme of things, there's people making $60 million in the league right now. About to.
Dak Prescott.
Dak's about to get that.
How, bro? How does this man keep getting away with it?
I mean, let's be real.
Doing it, bro.
Let's be real. He had his career year last year. He earned the max. He earned the max.
But hey, listen. Same shit, different year. Wild card exit.
Defense let him down. Big time,
bro. He ain't getting nothing, bro. You
I
saw
know
those 2 picks.
I see the picks.
He stared him down, telegraphed it.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. Pat Mahomes threw 2 picks in the divisional round too. They won because his defense didn't let him down. But you get my point though. Let's not make this a Dak. Let's not make this a Dak thing.
Yeah.
Let's not make this a Dak
people are
thing.
about to make $60 million, and Derrick Henry, one of the most prolific running backs of our time.
Bro's trying to get a cracker, bro, and he can't have it.
A cracker worth $10 million.
Bro wants a case of Ritz and some peanut butter, and he can't have it.
Yeah, and at a position that's arguably like the fall off is the most steepest at. Mm-hmm. And I understand that, and that's the part where there's the disconnect. Because you look at the running back position, these guys don't last historically.
No, they don't.
Historically speaking, they don't last. So that's where these teams are reluctant to give them the bag. Because you look at a guy like Zeke. When he got paid, and he fell off, and it ended up not, he wasn't worth the contract anymore. So I understand, you get to year 3, year 4 of that deal when you're at the age of Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley, and it's do I really want to give this guy this much for that long? I get it, but at the same time,
let me look at some ages though for some of these guys. Derrick Henry's probably 29.
Yeah, that for running back though, I don't know, bro. That's rough.
Okay, Derrick Henry's 30. I get not giving him a 3-year deal, but even a 2-year deal, or even just franchise tagging him. Let's not act like Derrick Henry's only going to rush for 800 yards next year. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Barring injury, Saquon Barkley, I get, has been hurt, but he's what? He's only 27 years old. He's only 20. Raheem Mostert was the second best running back in football this year. Bro's 33.
Yeah.
Right?
But bro hasn't gotten consistent run like Derrick Henry, though. You have to think. His tread is not as worn down. I mean, granted, he's 33.
True.
But like, think about how much he's been used over his career. He's other than 2019 and this year, he's really like a second, third option.
That's fair. And I do think coming into like guys, especially guys like Brees and Bijan, like these running backs in this era weren't like straight bell cow backs in college.
Yep.
Everything's by committee now. Guys aren't getting more than 12 carries a game in college that often.
Yeah.
So I feel like at some point we're going to be getting guys that are going to last a lot longer because there's not as much tread on them in college. Like Josh Jacobs is 26.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me the Raiders aren't going to re-sign their best offensive player next to Devontae Adams? Like, what do you have? You have Zamir White. And I don't know if you know, but the running back market isn't that deep for this year, for this draft.
No, it's these top end guys, and that's it, bro.
Yeah, that's it. So I don't really know where they go from here, but I mean, if $12 million over 4 is going to keep Jonathan Taylor with the Colts, why isn't 3 years 30 going to keep Derrick Henry? And you can front load it, put all the guarantees in the front, and if Derrick Henry falls off at age 32, you can cut him without a major cap hit.
Yeah, like if we can get Swift on a deal that's like $6-7 million per year, that's perfect. Miles Sanders got 5 last year. I thought we could have afforded that, but Howie Roseman was like, "Nah, bro. He was kind of right about it. I ain't gonna lie. I love Booby, but he was kind of right about it. But I mean, a guy like DeAndre Swift, bro, you gotta give him the bag.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. I mean, with our situation, we got guys up for contract extensions like Smitty, Landon Dickerson, DeAndre Swift, obviously. Some of these teams you look at, they got guys up for contracts, and then you look at like the Titans, their whole team is Derrick Henry, bro.
It is, and when you look, and the thing, and I don't feel like a lot of people really realize this, like a lot of position groups, they're groups, and one great player in that position group can change that whole group. Like, name another player on the Niners O-line other than Trent Williams.
Gotta look at my Madden Ultimate team because I have the center on my team. I just can't think of his name.
Exactly. My point. Like, you can get a guy like Trent Williams, you can fill in gaps with players there and still have a great offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with receiver. You get a receiving core like the Raiders. You have Devontae Adams, who's great. Jacoby Myers isn't a guy, but he plays so well because he's next to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
You can't do that with running back because there's only one.
Yep.
So you better have a damn good one. That's my point. Like, look at the Rams' defense this season. Name a player on that line other than Aaron Donald, other than the rookies. Those rookies on another team are not leading the rookie class in sacks unless they're with Aaron Donald.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you can have gaps in other positions in a group, but you cannot have a gap at running back because you either have a good one or you have a bad one. And that's going to directly determine how good your running game is.
Yeah.
And you need a running game because you cannot just pass the ball over the yard anymore. And they're going to start shifting back towards helping the defense more. They're going to. It's going to happen.
Yep.
They're starting to do it in the NBA now because they're talking about getting rid of the 3-second rule in the paint. Guys can just sit in the paint if they want.
Which I think is good.
Yes. Even offensive players are coming out saying that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. But yeah, bro. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that we get Swift. If not, I ain't gonna lie. If we get Derrick Henry, I'm cool with it. If we get Austin Eckler, I'm cool with it. But if it ain't Swift, I don't want it. I do think an interesting one before we move on, an interesting scenario that I've seen rolling around that I like before I saw it on Twitter, I was like, you know what? That would be an interesting fit. Saquon to the Houston Texans.
Yes, I just saw that report when I sat down.
Yeah.
I would
saw it
love
on
that.
Twitter. I'm like, bro, I thought of that weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be perfect for CJ Stroud.
They need an O-line.
Yeah.
But
having a guy like him on the team, because that's really where you look the main like, because Devin Singletary, cool, but if you can get Saquon Barkley, bro, like,
yeah,
that's a huge upgrade. And
yeah, even if Saquon Barkley isn't rushing for 1,300 yards next year, the threat of Saquon Barkley alone, is enough
he can
to propel.
Get you in the receiving game too. So
yes, he was doing that all year this year because he couldn't run the ball.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think he had like 700 receiving yards this season, and he missed a couple games. So, yeah, I definitely think that would be a really good spot. They don't really need to add anything else other than O-line. But, like, I mean, you look at the receiving core. Nico Collins, try to tell y'all, dog. Tank Dell's a dog. Dalton Schultz had a nice year for the tight end spot as like a third or fourth option.
Yep.
So,
like Saquon Barkley to that mix. Hey, bro, listen. We might have to start a Houston Texans Super Bowl contender dialogue on this show.
I think we are. Are we becoming Houston Texans stands on this show?
Quite possible. I am a CJ Stroud truther.
You're a CJ Stroud truther. You've drank the lemonade, bro.
Yep. I'm gonna do it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. But these guys got to get paid because it's not like they're asking for 15 or more, 20, like running.
Unless they are asking for that much, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so much to go around.
Yeah. I agree. The running backs aren't as important as wide receivers, but
they are important. They're starting. It's starting to become like equally as important, depending on like how your philosophy is. But both are just as important as the other.
Yeah. And my thing, like, they're trying to undercut running backs below linebacker money.
Yeah.
Linebackers aren't that important. Like every position's important. But we just saw the Chiefs win a Super Bowl with their third and fourth string middle linebackers because Willie Gay and Nick Bolton were hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean, you didn't see the divisional round of the playoffs. The theme of that was linebacker play, and that's what sticks out in my mind.
Yeah,
bro, we need fucking linebackers, bro.
Any good offensive coordinator is going to attack your weakness, but I mean, to me, the least valuable position in the league is safety.
Yeah.
Two, it's probably linebacker.
Yeah,
and then maybe running back is 3.
You forgot one. Fullback is number 1.
Yeah, no, I Kyle Juszczyk. Shit, I'd buy Juszczyk jersey if he became a Jet. But
would y'all use him? Probably.
Yeah, we'd use him. We use Nick Bowden. Nick Bowden had 4 touchdowns this year.
That's true.
Stop playing.
Listen, maybe I'm speaking from perspective that we don't use fullbacks over here, so
Pro Bowl fullback Nick Bowden. Okay.
Yeah, we have not used the fullback position since Leonard Weaver.
What the fuck is that?
Our last true fullback. I got.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Pro Bowler back in his day, 2009.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But shout out to the running backs. We're pulling for y'all because we want y'all to get the bag. Okay.
Especially you, DeAndre. I'm pulling for you, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want anybody else wearing 0 except for you, bro.
Yeah. You guys
I know Kellen Moore gonna use your ass.
You guys should sign McCole Hardman and have him wear number 0.
Nah, bro. I'm good. Although he might be an upgrade over Quez Watkins.
Anything's an upgrade over Quez Watkins. All right. Let's move to the association, bro. I'm so excited. It's prime basketball season.
Yep. Speaking of prime basketball season, Giannis sold my parlay. I needed him to score 25. This man had 24.
Yeah, that was an immaculate, bro.
Because I was really about to take the under for his points. It was like 28. I was like, you know what? I can see him going off. He had 24, which is still a good game, but bro.
Yep.
It's all right. We got a couple free bets left, so we good.
That's good.
Let's get.
We're gonna make that money up. All right. But listen, around the NBA, we have not discussed much NBA so far this season. We've only got like 25 games left in the season. So I feel like we should take this time to project a little bit, talk about the year, talk about one of the biggest conversations that's been happening even the last like 2 weeks along the media. And the question is, after Steph and LeBron go and they retire, which is coming fast, because we don't even know if Bronny's getting drafted this year. Is LeBron going to want to play another 2 years? Right. And Steph's not getting any younger despite still being in his prime. Who do you think has a chance of being the next face of the NBA? And do you think it can be an international player?
I do. A lot of people were floating around the idea of Anthony Edwards. No, bro. Absolutely not. He is not. No, absolutely not, bro. He is not mature enough for that kind of stature.
Yeah.
No, bro. No. No. Do you see how he acted in All-Star Weekend, bro? No. I think it could be an international player. I honestly think probably Giannis is probably the most likely candidate for that kind of role. He's a great ambassador for the league. He's a finals champion on arguably the best team in the East, even though they're kind of in a downfall. But you think of the NBA today, one of the first guys you think of is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's definitely one. I also think maybe I don't know that Jokic would not. He would not want that.
No,
I think Luka.
He doesn't. He hates basketball, dude. Let's be real.
I know, bro. He wants to be on his farm in Serbia. I think Luka could probably be the other international guy that would best be candidate for face of the league. Yeah. He hasn't won a championship yet, but another great ambassador for the league. He is all ball at all times. Mm-hmm. European prodigy at 16. MVP of the Euro League. So definitely could. I think it's probably going to be one of those two if it's an international guy. A U.S. guy, bro, I don't know. KD's going to be out of there as well. He's kind of in that class.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis as well. I mean, Devin Booker maybe.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. They don't really seem like face of the NBA type of guys like LeBron and Steph are. You know what I mean? Like they just don't hit the same.
They don't.
Like Giannis hits. Luka probably hits.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, Jason Tatum. It's like great value face of the NBA.
Yep. I agree. But some of my criteria, if I'm really thinking about it, we have to think about what LeBron did when he came in the league and who he's become. You have to have a completely clean record. That's one of them. Like there can't be controversy.
Controversy.
Yeah, no controversy wrapped around some of these. My girlfriend's distracting me. She said,
"Hey,
inappropriate.
Focus, bro. Focus.
We must stick to the plan.
Stick to the program.
We must stay focused, my brother." Yeah, that brother's starving.
You, bro.
But no, listen. I think it's got to be a guy that walks into the league a dog. They have to be a dog walking into the league. I think they have to be at least a top 3 player in the league. They have to be because you think back at the time that LeBron, 08, 09, all the way up through, like that would kind of be like Marc Gasol at the time being the face of the league. Like you can't have a guy like maybe Anthony Edwards do it. Or
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I would advocate even for a guy like Tyrese Halliburton. I just don't know if he's going to reach that echelon yet.
Yeah. Like he's a great ambassador for the game.
Yeah.
He still has to get to that level because he's a star, but superstar. Yeah. He's growing into a superstar. But again, like I don't know, bro. Like I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. there's that issue. They've got to be a top 3 guy. I think they've got to have a completely clean record, and they've got to be. What's the other one? I think they have to be an American. Reason being, NBA is primarily an American sport. Even though basketball is global, NBA is, because we watched LeBron from when he was a kid all the way to now.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
I didn't know Luka was a 16-year-old MVP in the European League until he was drafted.
Yeah,
I didn't know about him.
But on the flip side, that's the problem with the American guys. Like, for me, they don't check all the boxes. Like,
I don't think anybody does right now.
No, they don't. I mean, for me at least, the guy that would check off the most boxes is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not an American guy. I understand, predominantly an American sport. You want someone of our country to be the face of it. But, who knows? The NBA is kind of going through this globalization stage.
It is.
And if they really go that route, who knows? Giannis could be the face of that. So, I mean, I still think it's really, really early to tell.
Yeah.
But the sad reality of it is we're not going to know until they leave. Until LeBron and Steph leave, we don't know.
I'm very worried about the state of the NBA when those two leave. Because when you think about it, all the ambassadors for the league are either recently retired or old as shit right now. Like Chris Paul. Even guys like Paul George, KD, LeBron, Steph, Iggy. Kawhi's not an ambassador for the league. Kawhi's just a hired gun. Like, even guys that are recently retired, Iggy, like guys like even they were never stars, but their name is so gravitating. Like Matt Barnes and Stack Jack right now, like those kind of guys. Like, we don't have that right now. And I think Tyrese Halliburton could be one of the guys.
I think so too.
In the class
of an ambassador, though.
As an ambassador, I think he could be there. But as the face, I think there's really only one guy that could do it, but he's got to start now, and that's Jason Tatum. He's the only one I can see taking the torch. Because you think about the other things with LeBron too, the family man, like the relationship guy, the great husband, the great father. Jason Tatum brings deuce to all of his games. We see how he's developed as a father, as a man.
Yep.
My problem with him is I don't know if he's good enough.
That's what I'm saying.
As a player,
bro.
I don't know if he's good enough as a player. Like, I think he's in the third class for me. I don't think JT is a top 10 player. I really don't.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like he just.
The reason I don't think
it doesn't hit for me. Like,
it doesn't.
Not even Devin Booker hits for me like that.
Because he's too quiet.
Yeah,
he's too quiet. I think
Jason Tatum, bro. He's just not built for that. He's a great player. He's had success. Hasn't won a championship. He's a great ambassador, but is he built to be like face of the league, like that kind of polarizing figure? I don't think so.
I think the only European it could be is Luka. I think Giannis is a little bit too old in the league to take on that responsibility.
I still think he's the best guy to take it on, though.
He could be.
He is like when you think of best player in the NBA, you go to LeBron, Jokic, who doesn't want it, and then Giannis.
Yeah, I mean Jokic sure as hell won't be.
Nah. He might retire in the next 3 years, bro.
Facts. Like Jokic might win back-to-back and say, I'm going to go hang out with my horses.
I'm going to go back home with my horses, bro.
Yeah. I mean, unless he
get over the comment in the finals. Job finished. We could go home now.
What? The parade's on Wednesday? I want to go home. But like,
oh man,
it's either Luka, JT. I think Anthony Edwards, if he matured a little bit, could be phenomenal. That's like Anthony Edwards next year might be an MVP candidate. I think so.
Yeah.
Especially with how well the Timberwolves are playing. If they can make a run, like we see the reason JT is not becoming an MVP candidate because he's not getting it done in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
This is kind of an interesting take, but what do you think about Shea? He's not American. He's Canadian.
I think he's in too small of a market.
Yeah.
I think he's in too small of a market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And let's be real. I mean, Shea's been in the league like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be a guy that's like
he just first day out.
Super
Chet
young.
Holmgren.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Like I think to me, the farthest back we can go is maybe JT. And Shea is in that spot too.
Yeah.
But Shea's also Canadian. He's not outspoken. He's on a very small market. Like I think it could be Luka, JT. I really would love to see it be Halliburton because he's so good in the media. It's just I don't know if he's going to reach that tier of player. It's either one of those three guys or someone that's not in the league yet. Maybe it's Bronny. I don't know, dude. Like I have no idea who it's going to be.
Yeah. Could be
and that scares me.
Alzar Thompson.
Yeah, that scares me for where the NBA is leading. Because when those guys, like everything is marketed around Lakers Warriors on this day. Lakers Warriors on this day.
And you think about all the other sports, you think of the NFL. You market the stars, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
What do they all have in common, though? They got like 8 to 10 years to play yet.
Yeah.
And there's guys coming in now, even CJ Stroud, that they're going to easily be able to.
Yeah.
Like the problem with the NBA is just there's not that guy.
Yeah. And you can kind of have the same quaddle or whatever the concern with NASCAR. I mean, guys aren't like polarizing figures.
No.
But you got stars like Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Bill Byron. But I mean, these guys really don't. I mean, other than probably Chase, Kyle Busch, Kyle
They don't
Larson,
move the needle.
They don't. Yeah. Other than like those three guys are like William Byron to me is not moving the needle. Jason Tatum is not moving the needle. Anthony Edwards sure as shit's not moving the needle for me. Bro is not mature enough for that.
I definitely
he
think
has the potential, but it's really up to him if he wants to take on that responsibility. That is that you got to be a mature individual to be the face of $1 billion business.
It's $1 billion business, and it's got to be a guy that like doesn't really have a hole in their game either. Like their game is important too. It's got to be exciting, but dominant. Like you think about, let's look at all the faces. Steph, his weakness is defense, but he's never been a bad defender. He's just so magical and eye appealing on offense that we gravitate towards it. LeBron, there's not a weakness in his game. KD was rivaling that for a little bit, not a weakness. Kobe. 0 weakness. Mike, 0. Magic and Bird, they were polar opposites of each other, which made those two as the faces work. Like, I don't know where we go when these guys leave. Because, I mean, let's be real. Steph's 35. Like, can we see Steph averaging 30 points a game at 38?
Yeah.
As a 6'3" guard?
Yeah. And even LeBron, he's 40. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean LeBron, shout out LeBron. He's only like he's 40 points away from reaching 40,000. But yeah, I don't know exactly where we go. I think Tatum very well could be, and Tatum talks a lot like he wants to be that mother effer. But you gotta be that person on the court too. Like when LeBron is on the court, it's all eyes on him. I don't get that with Tatum.
Yeah.
I don't get that with Ant. I get that a little bit with Tyrese Halliburton, but I'm so infatuated with his game.
Yeah.
But
that's about it, bro. There's like these guys just don't move the needle.
No, they don't.
And that's the thing. Like, not everybody's LeBron. I get it.
And I don't think Giannis does move the needle for me anymore either. Mainly because, like, they're to me, like, since the championship, like he's been big parts of the reason why he's been losing in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's only a certain number of guys in the league that like we can look to after a bad playoff series and say it's not their fault. Steph, KD, LeBron, Dame, Jokic. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And Luka.
Yep. To an extent. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be the tough thing that Adam Silver and the boys want to get through.
And they got to start marketing the guys because you can't keep marketing 38-year-old LeBron and 35-year-old Steph like Warriors, Lakers 4 times a year.
Yep.
You just can't do it anymore.
Facts. They're using the same script, bro.
Yeah, because when they go, like, I'm sorry, like, I get excited when I get a notification on Twitter and I'm scrolling and I see, matchup, Lakers, Warriors. I don't know if I'm going to be excited seeing a crop picture of Tatum and Anthony Edwards.
Nah, bro.
Like,
or Tyrese Halliburton and Devin Booker.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm there. Like, in a perfect world, to me, would probably be Devin Booker. He just doesn't have the
outwardness, but that's fine. That's just how he is.
Yeah, which is cool. I don't need these guys to do it. One of these people are gonna have to step up.
Yeah, I don't need anybody to do it, but I'm gonna be somebody to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. Like. We've gone basically since the 80s. We've flowed into just all-time great after all-time great after all-time great. Now, a lot of these guys are going to be all-time greats, but are they going to be that guy? Like
they're going to be Magic. Are they going to be Michael?
Magic and Bird were in the league coming out of their prime when Mike was on his uprise.
Yeah.
When Mike retired the second time before he was the Wizards, Kobe was drafted and Kobe and Shaq happened. And then as Kobe got older, LeBron came in the league. And then LeBron started competing with Steph. And we're just stuck in this part where we weren't holding on to Magic and Bird at 34 and Mike at 36. Mike wasn't in the league at 36.
Mike was holding on. We weren't.
Yeah, Mike was holding on. We weren't. Like no one cared that Mike was a Wizard. Like the only one we held on to was Kobe. Because Kobe was him, and Kobe was still a big time face in the league, and he was a star of the Lakers, so that helps it.
Yep.
But we're getting to a point now where I don't exactly know where we go from here, and it's scaring me. It's genuinely scaring me for the health of basketball.
Yeah, because you look at the other major sports leagues. They have stars that they market. Great, and back to my point about NASCAR, these guys aren't really needle movers, but they market these guys. They market William Byron. They market I'm trying to think of another one. Oh man, I don't know. Christopher Bell. They market these guys. They don't really they're really talented, don't get me wrong. But their figure is not as polarizing as a Dale Earnhardt or a Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon. So NASCAR, they don't have those kinds of stars right now, but they market the guys. They do. Sure as shit market the guys. And the NBA is gonna have to do the same thing.
Yeah. And but before
who knows what's going on.
Before we move on, let's look at it from a football perspective. There's been times in NFL's history where we didn't really have that guy.
Yeah.
But it was so much easier to market players and teams because there's buildup, because there's 7 days between each game. You know what I mean? In the NBA, you're marketing for a day. You know what I mean? The schedule, there's so many games and there's so much happening and it's on every night that it's easy to get lost in it. I've watched probably 15 to 20 Warriors games. I can only remember the last 2 of them because there's just so many games. But what MLB has is there is no uprise for players in the NBA like there is in the MLB. When you're drafted as the number 1 pick in the MLB, you're not going to the MLB. You're going to You're going to AA, and then you're going to AAA, and you're going to sit there for a year, maybe 2, and then you're going to go to the MLB.
Yeah.
There's buildup. Like, there's none of that in the NBA. You go to college for a year, you get into the league, and you immediately start impacting.
Yep.
There isn't that anymore, especially with the influx of international players that we don't know about until we, like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Did you know Luka was Luka before the draft? I knew DeAndre Ayton was DeAndre Ayton, and Trae Young was Trae Young. I didn't know Luka was Luka.
Didn't know Giannis was Giannis.
I mean, the only reason we knew about Wemby is because Wemby's a freak.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean?
But hey, listen, we knew about Scoot Henderson and Brandon Miller.
Yeah, we knew about these guys. We couldn't watch
more.
Yeah. France plays at 3 a.m. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not watching Victor Wembanyama games in the European League.
Yeah, local time. No.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's gonna be definitely something to monitor, because long term, that's definitely not good.
No.
Definitely not good. Cannot have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and you think about in other sports, like they also they don't have like farewell tours like the NBA has. Like we were able, like that's the other thing too, is like you build up how much you're gonna miss somebody and like what they're gonna leave from the game. Like LeBron's gonna have a farewell tour. Steph is gonna have a farewell tour. Like, and then after they're gone, that's it. Like when Peyton Manning retired after winning Super Bowl 50, business kept moving. Football was still great. With Tom Brady retired, I thought this year was great for the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm going to feel like that when LeBron James and Steph aren't playing, because I just don't know what their push is going to be. I really do think a lot of these sports need to take a page out of like the WWE's marketing, because they built, you can't really fake like storylines and shit like that in the NFL, but I mean, you can market players doing different things in the media.
Yeah.
And
you can somewhat fabricate storylines.
You can build somebody up more than what they are, because they do it in the WWE for people that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if there's no push in the WWE, people are nothing. It's just how it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I don't know exactly what the NBA is going to do, but I'm telling you, dude, it freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, but
it's going to be something we got to watch. So
what's your NBA Finals matchup right now? Who's going out west and who's going out east?
Bro, this is such a wonky thing. Probably
the two teams that I will not expect to be in the finals are the 1 and 2 seeds in the West. Like, yeah, Timberwolves and Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder and the Pacers. No, I'm just kidding. Probably. Oh man, it's. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably say Nuggets Celtics.
That's where I'm leaning, I think.
Like, I want to say Thunder so bad, but
I do too.
It's the experience for me, like in the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. Like, they've never been there, bro.
Yeah,
never have been there.
I mean, so they do.
I don't know.
They do have a lot of their players have things that work in the playoffs that are easily transitioned. Like Chet's defense is going to be Chet's defense.
Yeah,
in the playoffs,
Shea's playmaking is going to be Shea's playmaking.
Yeah. But it's just the overall, like, you know, half court. You know what I mean? We got 5 minutes left. We're tied. We need to use the entire shot clock to get a good shot. Not a great shot.
Don't rush anything.
Yeah.
We need a quality look. And then on defense, bro, listen. Keep your composure. Stay disciplined.
Yeah.
Rely on the technique. No fouls. Like, situationally, we'll have to see. Because they've been great. But
they've been awesome.
But, Denver is Denver. And then you got LeBron and the Lakers if they can get there. The Warriors, the Mavs. Like, I don't know, bro. We're going to have to see. But
like, they missed a huge opportunity with marketing the Thunder this year because they have like 2 nationally televised games.
Yeah.
That's the other issue with the NBA. Not everyone's nationally televised, and there's
and not everybody's buying NBA League Pass like we are.
No,
they don't even get to watch the OKC Thunder. Like, wow,
there are people on the West.
KD back.
There are people on the West Coast that like don't know like what's a team out east that's really good. There's players that are really good. Like there's people. Yeah, there's people on the West Coast that probably have not seen a Tyrese Halliburton game this year, and they're big.
Probably don't even know who Benedict Mathurin is. Your boy.
Exactly, and Benedict Mathurin is going to be a reason why they can make a run in the playoffs because he's such a good shooter.
Your boy, bro.
Benedict Mathurin's my boy. But like
they don't even know who Aaron Nesmith is.
Yeah, Aaron Nesmith can stroke it. Pause.
Time out. Yeah, bro. Yeah, so we'll have to see. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girl. She said to let your girl know that she is sorry that she's tapped in. My girl's on hater timing right now.
Why is she on hater timing?
She's such a hater, bro.
Tell Marissa I said, fuck you. Stay on that side.
Oh, man. Shout out to my missus.
Yeah. Y'all been together long enough to the point where she don't have to tune in. She said, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm going to go read my book. I'm going to drink my wine. You go do your thing. And, it going to be that. Wait till you get to this point. And I mean, it's a little after hours talk before the last segment, but like, wait till you get to this part of the relationship, bro. Like 4 years in, oh man.
I hope we never.
It is. I'm sure y'all are in that like cute, awkward phase right now.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, this is definitely after hours talk, but there has not been a single conversation that me and Emma have had that has been awkward, dude. We've talked about everything, and I haven't really talked to you about this because, I've been into her for so long, dude.
Yeah, I know.
As long as I've talked to you about it,
I know, bro. I've been here
a year plus,
yeah.
And we had a conversation like that. She felt the same way almost the entire time, and we just ain't never done nothing, right? So, we've been together literally 2 weeks, and it feels like we've been together for so much longer than that. We've had every conversation. We've talked about where we want to live, when we want to move in together, what we want to do about marriage, where we, you know what I mean? Like how many kids you want. Like we've talked about this stuff because not that we don't want to waste time.
It's good stuff.
Not that we don't want to waste time or anything, and we don't want to move too fast.
Yep.
But these are things that we need to talk about because we don't want to waste each other's time. And we care about each other so much that it's important that we have the talks. And dude, everything with us just aligns perfectly. We don't want to go nowhere. We don't want to go nowhere. We want the same amount of kids. We want to get married at a certain time. We want to do this. We want to do that. And it's just, it's been so easy. And I love it. And I hope we never get to the stage. Fuck you. Go to your podcast.
Oh, man. Hey, listen. You'll get there. You'll get there.
It's inevitable.
Listen, at some point, she'll be like, oh, I'm tapped into the show, whatnot, bro. You gotta get to the point where she's gonna be like, why you gotta do this stupid fucking show every week, bro?
I want to go watch Friends.
Fuck the show, bro.
That I'm okay with. But I mean, getting out of the fate.
Yeah, no, the serious stuff is all good. Having the same views and stuff. But, I was just talking about, the little day-to-day, y'all sleeping in the same bed and y'all just practically I mean, this is an Alabama reference, but disgruntled.
Where are we going with this?
Y'all acted like disgruntled siblings.
Yo, what?
I mean, time out. I mean, it's not like that, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like y'all just that comfortable that not that you're not you two aren't authentic siblings. Yeah, I know. I don't know how else to explain it other than you and your older sibling or your younger sibling fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On stupid shit. But not in a bad way, but I mean, having the serious stuff is very important. Like seeing eye to eye on all that serious life stuff. But yeah,
it's very weird how like we got to that point of like having those talks. Like we literally we joke with each other like, I don't understand how we were just like, hey, walking past each other at one point. Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like it was a real time anymore. And it's been 2 weeks.
Listen, bro, I've been there. Like when we first met, literally it was just like in passing, like, hi, like that was it. And then we started hanging out like, a couple months later, and then we were like looking back at that, like, bro, you remember, like, how crazy that was just to be like, hi, and that was it. Like, and now we're here, like, doing some king and queen shit.
Yeah. And I think, and I really haven't even said this to her, but I think a big part of it is like, not that we weren't in a relationship, but like we got to the point where we were so close and like we were so comfortable with each other as friends that it just, nothing's really changed. You know what I mean? Like that we're together, like nothing's really changed. And that's what's so great about it is it feels like we've been like this the entire time. We just have a label. You know what I mean?
Y'all haven't been like outwardly expressing it to each other. Yeah, no, I mean that's common. Yeah, she still can't believe y'all are just coworkers.
Yeah. Yeah, we were. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Yeah, bro. So, hey, listen. Round of applause for the newest lovebirds in chat. Take a bow, bro. Listen.
Take a bow.
I listen, since Emma's here, I need you to know the pain and suffering that this man has been through, that I've witnessed over the last several years.
Yeah.
It is, bro. Happy for my dog that he's finally like on this side of it, because that other side of it, bro, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Bro, hey, listen, they wrote you off,
They wrote me off. I ain't right back though.
Yeah, he ain't right back. He said, I'm here to take care of you. Yeah, you better be. Listen,
that's right.
That's what we'll see. Hey, listen, I'll be that friend that I'm not really that kind of person, but
that's
like,
my
I'll
girl.
be that friend that be like, listen, you hurt my friend's heart, you break my friend's heart, I break your neck.
That's my girl, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah,
but
that's love, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
Y'all keep doing your thing.
Yeah, we got to get the scorecard with the ladies.
Yeah, bro.
Preferably when there's no Jets or Eagles playing, because we don't want a catastrophe. We don't want the ambulance.
We go, the DeMar ambulance. No intentions of break. Oh, look at her. You look. She.
That's what I'm saying, bro. She got me geeking.
Stove on medium high.
Yeah.
She out here just
cooking. Yeah. I mean, I swear to God, bro. Listen, I developed the game plan. I started writing the playbook many months ago. Okay, the playbook has been built. Okay, and we just had to execute. You feel me?
And what did we do? We executed.
What did we do? Listen, the safety comes down.
I did nothing.
Over the top. Safety comes down over the top again. You feel me?
Yep. Listen, you see them bringing the extra linebacker down to send the blitz. Safety got to come down, bro. Just over the top.
Yeah. And if I see the gap open up, I can tote. Up the middle I go.
You got to tote, bro.
You got to
tote. Got to tote.
Oh, you feel me? Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, bro. Shout out to y'all. We gonna definitely do something though, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
We on spring break now, so hey.
Yeah. Good. You can start pumping out shorts, lazy.
Hey, you too, bro.
Hey, bro. I'm cooking the pod for you. You just be on here happy to talk.
Oh, man. All right. Before we get out of here, we'll make this really short, bro. I wanted to talk about it because is it back? Is NASCAR back, bro? The first two. So the season started 2 weeks ago. I didn't really get to give my thoughts on the. Eventually, we will put this in the works. We'll do that. I didn't get to talk. Yeah. This is for after hours. I didn't really get to dive into it just because we were on a little hiatus. But first, the NASCAR season has started, And boy, has it been exciting. So Daytona 500 was 2 weeks ago, the Daytona 500 weekend. ARCA was a shit show. ARCA's kind of always a shit show. Shout out to my guy, LeVar Scott. Raced quarter midgets with him. Awesome guy. Bro is phenomenal behind the wheel. Top 5 until he got caught up in the big one at the end. Hate it for him. That's my dog. Proud of you,
Was
bro.
this a guy in the NASCAR that you raced quarter midgets with?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. What are you doing sitting at home?
I don't got the bread, bro.
You ever beat his ass?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, bro, of course.
Honestly, go get in the car now and just drive.
Yeah, I mean, he got me. I got him. It's all good. I had the last laugh in the winter shootout series. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, hate it for him. But as a whole, ARCA's kind of a shit show. Not gonna lie. The NASCAR trucks was pretty exciting. The late race crash, kind of controversy around another one of my guys from iRacing, Raja Karuth. Shout out my guy. Kind of lost it, got bumped from the back. I forget who was behind him, but he was in second or third. Thanks.
She was talking to me. She was talking to me.
Oh, I wonder who got the hat. She did.
Oh, she got you that hat. Okay. I guess she was talking about your hat. I thought my hat was nice, but whatever.
Oh, no. She's talking about my hat. She always makes fun of me for, wearing it.
Bro, rock the bucket hat. Be your best self, dude. Honestly, our girlfriends be hating.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, see, she popped in the chat. Listen, here come the hate.
Here comes the hate.
Here comes the hate.
How about this? What's a pick and roll, Marissa?
Man, hey, front running fantasy basketball team. I'm just playing. No, oh man. No, he got caught up in a little bit of a controversy. Kind of caused the late race yellow at the end. He ended up finishing. I think he finished third, which was great, bro. Proud of him. But listen, these things happen in racing where you mess up, and it is what it is. The Xfinity Series was also exciting, but that was after the Daytona 500 because it got rained out. That was kind of weird because they had the 500 on at 4, and then the Xfinity race was after that at 9. So it was kind of, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird because it's always like ARCA and trucks first, Xfinity, and then the Cup. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, those were switched. She's talking shit. Those were switched, but the Daytona 500 was actually a really good race. Kind of the problem with the package as of late, super speedways has been like just cars following each other in a single file line, and not really getting a lot of like racy, cars kind of cycling their way up in the front to the back, through the field. But we got that, bro. At times we were 3 wide, 10 rows deep, bro. The whole pack, 3 abreast. And it was electric. And then at the end, as always, you race that hard, and you get racy that hard, and something's got to give. Big one with 8 laps to go, takes out a lot of the contenders. Again, kind of one of those situations. Bro, what are you doing?
Hang on a second.
What are you doing?
Hang on a second.
I'm just gonna keep going. My
I need you. Hang on. No, I need you to hang on a second. Hang on a second here. What? This is a real word?
Yes, bro. It's a real word. It's number 2 alongside or even with something.
I don't know why you came out here and dropped this knowledge on me, like you know words or something. Uh-huh. You had me taken aback for a second. I was like, yo,
you were thinking I said the first definition? No,
bro said abreast. I said, what does that mean? All right, continue.
What's a pick and roll? He said, look. Talk all these sports. Why not talk about the rolls? Well, we could talk about the rolls real quick. They're up 773 to 456 on the worst team in our league. Ethan Rock Harden.
Pro struggling.
She's got a 13-4 record, and he's got a 1-16 record. So you know what? Pick on someone your own size.
Yeah, honestly, stop being a front runner.
Yeah, I know.
Beat an above 500 team. How about that?
She did get lucky beating me during Christmas, but you know that we're not going to air that business out on the program. But back to the 500 talk. So yeah, you know they're getting crazy up at the front as always. Kind of they like for 30 laps straight, they were just 3 wide. It was the craziest thing to see these guys 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 for that long. Like that does not happen. And then ultimately something had to give. Guys are making their runs, trying to get through the pack. The Hendrick cars of Alex Bowman and William Byron. Bowman pushed him a little bit too hard, and William Byron kind of lost the air on his car and ended up taking out everybody. And bro still kept going. It was wild. And then, you know, the end of the race was what it was. William Byron winning. Shout out to him. I mean, he kind of caused that wreck, but again, good for him to win. And then this week at Atlanta, bro, that's a track that I've been criticizing publicly since they elected to go to the repave and, you know, make it a super speedway track when it's really not. But honestly, the racing was great this week. You know, you had, again, you know, 3 abreast, 10 rows deep, sometimes 4 abreast, which get like
I gotta write that
only
down.
that wide. Like
I'm sorry, I gotta write that down.
It's only, bro, it's only wide enough for 4 cars. So getting it, like having those guys stick in those conditions it's phenomenal, and kudos to them. But what everybody's talking about is the end of the race. 3 wide to the finish line, Daniel Suarez with the 3rd closest margin of victory in NASCAR history, 3 1,000ths of a second over Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. It was electric.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is NASCAR back? An icy vert on Twitter? Like,
it could be.
Is NASCAR back, bro? I think it is.
It could be, as long as they keep marketing it and keep pushing like the narrative. Like that's the thing that sucks is like I don't watch NASCAR.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this crazy ass finish until you told me before the show. So I had to go do my research. But like that's my biggest problem with it is like they need to execute on this shit. Like they need to execute on it.
Yeah.
Market it.
And they have been there. I mean, obviously they you know, mid 2000s was the peak, and then you know the steep fall off after you know the recession in 08 with sponsors, because it really comes down to funding with the teams really.
Yep.
But you know they got the new TV deal with TNT, Amazon Prime, and all the other guys that they use now. They've been using like Fox and NBC. But, you know, they are starting to, you know, market it to a different audience. And, you know, they're kind of being progressive in the times of like kind of how the NBA right now is seeing a shift. Well, we've seen the shift with NASCAR from, you know, the guys like Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Mark
Dale
Martin
Jr.
Yep. I mean, Martin Truex Jr. is still doing his thing. Dale Jr. Those guys are out and still ambassadors of the sport, but they're getting behind these guys that, you know, they may not move the needle like those guys were, but like guys like William Byron, Christopher Bell, the Bubba Wallace, who's kind of a polarizing figure. You know, they're getting behind these guys and they're marketing them. And please read my I have to bring them up. That's why I'm not reading.
Listen, Marissa. Okay. You can talk all the shit you want, but I don't hear the hate, okay? I don't want to hear it.
Until I bring it up to here.
Yeah. You may be the second best team in the league, but you're not, because you're a front runner. Okay.
Giving entertainment to somebody.
Oh no, they're about to gang up on us. I can smell it, dude, in the water.
Oh yeah, but no, I think NASCAR is doing the right things of marketing these guys. They just have to keep following through with it, and having these progressive ideas, changing the landscape of the sport to kind of put it in a position where like we fucked up like over the mid 2000, the late 90s, early 2000s, like we fucked up as a sport.
Yep.
Like the grassroots short track racing was really the calling card of stock car racing.
Mm-hmm.
And, enamored by the growth that they had over the 80s and the 90s, they started building these 1.5 mile tracks, these super speedways, call them, with huge attendance limits, like big venues essentially. And then, once it all started coming crashing down, like the late 2000s, early 2010s into the mid 2010s, where it was kind of like, the down point, like 16, 17, 18. We were in the tough spot as a sport. And, with the guys that are in charge now, I feel like, we're getting back to that place where we're a top 5 sport in America. And, they're not number 1. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat the NFL now that Taylor Swift is there, but
yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah, but we could always be a mainstay, bro. It could be football, basketball, NASCAR. But I think the social media exposure and things like that are very promising, and how they've been, kind of positioning the sport as a whole is promising. My only thing is the track. Why am I talking like that, bro? I'm on the program.
Yeah.
I'm talking professional.
We're talking to the people, not to you.
Oh my God. Have to meet. Yeah, bro. And when they meet.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, bro. Let's just.
All right. So essentially, for me to end my soliloquy, is NASCAR back? Maybe not all the way, but I think we're getting there. And, as the season goes on, we're going to keep talking about the program. Yeah, we're going to keep talking about it on this show.
On the program.
Yes. Especially when we get to like the dead part, because listen, from now until November, there is a race. So we'll be tapped in. Well, at least I'll be tapped in.
I'll tap in. If NASCAR is going to be this hype, I'll definitely tap in for sure.
I'm curious to see how, like, in the 1.5 miles it does, because the car, like, super speedway wise, it races great. At the bigger 1.5 mile tracks like Charlotte, Las Vegas, they race pretty good. They struggle with the short tracks though, just because they're kind of bulky, stocky. They're pretty square, and they can't really move that great in short areas.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a qualify. Yeah, the cars just turn left. Yeah.
Yeah. Hating.
Yeah. They hate.
Bro, what is this? We get on this program, okay? We develop a show. I cut a thumbnail, okay? You get your thoughts together. We just get shit on as soon as we get on the show.
What do they do? NASCAR. Hey, listen. Be more original than a NASCAR. Yeah. I've heard that one before.
Make How about something try else. Harder. How's that sound?
Yeah, try harder. Be more.
You clearly have never been in a Black Ops 2 Search and Destroy game chat.
No. Or a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
No cap, bro. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah, I definitely want to tune in to sport NASCAR. You know what else I want to get into this year?
What?
Golf. Professional golf.
Yeah, I see. I don't
Golf
know.
is a
like,
movie.
Yeah, it is true. And you are kind of like a golf dude, so
I am becoming a golf dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to end the show. Part of me doesn't want to end the show because they're having a moment in the chat.
Yeah, they're having a little moment with themselves. We're not even regarding the shit talking right now. Yeah.
All right, let's do a poll in chat. What's more boring, NASCAR or golf or bowling? Professional bowling.
Okay, watching professional bowling is a snoozer, bro. That is.
Have you ever watched the Chris Paul Invitational?
I am watching iCarly reruns before I watch professional bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we saying here? NASCAR, golf, which one's more boring?
Bro, they're all awful. Come on, dude. Come on.
Hard decisions. Listen, you gotta pick one.
I am in some serious pain right now. I've never felt more disrespected in my life.
Oh man, hey, listen, this is what I'm used to it, bro.
You and I are going to get off the program, and we're going to go have tough conversations.
I will tell you though, before we get off the show, y'all gotta watch European darts. That shit is electric.
Dead serious?
Dead serious, bro. They have a whole crowd.
Yo.
Like they fill a stadium for darts. It is like the environment is so electric.
That's crazy.
Let me see if I can. You know what? Let me see if I can pull it up. So
European darts. I'm with that. Have you ever seen Japanese rock paper scissors? Bro, that shit. They go wild for that over there. Yo.
Is this the? Oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah, let's see it. Let me see it.
Right,
let's switch over.
Let me share this. All right, you cannot tell me, and I need you. I need the girls in the chat. You cannot tell me that this environment is not electric.
Break a throw in this set if he wants to level up the world
championship
final. Michael Van Geuren.
Hold on. Hear us out.
Yeah,
this guy's so locked
in this game is going to be key. You can tell by the way they're scoring.
What?
Nothing in it. They may both be on nines.
Bro, look at they're going crazy. It's darts.
They're both on nines. They're both on a 9. This is insane. Come on.
Look at it, bro. This is electric.
Championship final.
Yo.
He's on a 9 darter in the world final.
This guy stinks.
That's what I'm saying. Look, see, not gonna lie, this is cool. That's what I'm saying. He knows he messed up too.
Yeah, bro's checked out. Dot. Dot.
Double 12. That is the most amazing leg of darts you have ever seen in your life.
I think we need to go.
Bro, look at they're going crazy for darts.
That is nuts.
It's darts. And look, that angle is crazy too.
Yeah. Bro's just
simply the best leg of darts.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Ever.
Ah, that's awesome. This is a new sport we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, look up Japanese rock paper scissors. Look it up.
All right.
That's the next one.
That
shit hits, bro. I swear.
Rock paper scissors tournament intense. Oh lord.
Yeah, look that up.
So is it
here,
let me I guess I'll just show my screen. The way they talk to each other, I don't know. It's because they've been kind of grilling us on the chat.
Listen, let's disregard those fools for a moment.
All I wanted to beat home was the fact that darts is electric.
Darts is electric. This is just as electric. Bro.
Is it this one?
Throw that on.
Or is it this one?
The top one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
峯岸さんは
どうしよう、私。思いつかないな。
どうでしょうね。
なんだろう。副音声だから言っていいかな、いろいろ。全然。
Bro, what is this, bro? What did you just put on my screen, bro? Literally, what is
笑
happening?
っていいのか良くないのか
What
分か
type
ん
of
ない
shit did you watch, bro?
I'm telling you, are they gonna do it? Like, where's the rock paper scissors?
さんのシャチホコあれ
リナ、
Yeah.
そうです。
Here we
どんな
go.
子
リナちゃんはすごい不思議な子なんですけど、マッサージが大好きなんですよ。
してもらうのが
やるのもしてもらうのも。でだからマッサージに通いまくってて、足がめっちゃ細い。最近はもう行ってないみたいなんですけど、すっごいマッサージして
でめっちゃ白いですよ
はい
ね
めっちゃ白い。
綺麗だよね
本当に。
存在感あるいつも見て
Run it back.
ばあちゃんもねばあちゃんもすごいからな
確かにでも綺麗ですよね。おお。竹内が喜んでます。
That's a W.
Listen, I'm in the same camp.
No, listen, you don't understand.
Listen, the darts.
The darts did hit like crack. I will
Darts
say.
was that hit like crack.
That definitely hit like crack. Listen,
They're like, what is
I
going
never
on?
said all my ideas were great. Okay.
That, yeah. I will say European darts, bro. European.
Yeah,
darts.
I think we might need to take a flight over the pond and go watch some darts, dude. I swear to God.
Do y'all want to come with us? You want to come and watch?
They're gonna have to.
Yeah. Or they're just gonna, they're gonna have their own little book club at home while they drink sleepy time tea.
Yeah.
And we're amped for European darts.
We go to the after parties. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, listen, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah.
Never
Unless they're
didn't
just
think
gonna hang. They could hang out here by themselves. We'll just, we'll do one of these.
Oh my God. See you later. Oh, she drinks sleepy time tea. That shit don't work. It's a mentality thing.
You wait. Hey, listen. You wait till your girl's drinking tea at 9:30 at night.
I do be drinking tea at 9:30 at night.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I think it's a good time we jump out of here. Did not expect us to be looking at European darts to end the show.
Japanese rock, paper, scissors, but here we are.
Here we are. This is what happens when you get to the after hours with the Day One Pod. All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
no.
They're going to have their own show.
Yeah. Let's let them figure out how to produce that, and we'll,
Yeah.
let them have their fun.
Uh-huh.
All right. Listen. Thank you, everybody who tuned into the show. It was a packed show. All sorts of sports that we talk. Thank you to our wonderful women in our lives for sticking around with us and BSing us in the comments the whole time. It's very disrespectful, but whatever.
Listen,
we're going to argue about an off
very
program.
Respectful till mine got in.
Yeah, facts. Like your girl's the problem.
No, not at all, bro.
It's much love, Marissa. Much love. But listen, we appreciate you all for listening, for real. Next week, we'll be getting into more. We'll probably react to all the stuff that happened in the Combine. We'll look towards the draft a little bit, some risers, fallers, talk more about the NBA. We need to really dive in depth what's been going on this season, post All-Star break, and really discuss it. But yeah, for now, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Whether you're on a boat, bus, or plane, you can get the Day One Podcast content wherever you're located. So don't be cheap. Don't be broke. Don't be homeless. Go to your local Sprint Wireless. Sign up for a nice, cheap phone plan, okay? If you can't get unlimited, that's fine. Get the pay to watch. You feel me? Like limited megabytes. Do what you got to do because you can watch the content wherever. You can download it and not have to watch it on Wi-Fi if need be. Go to McDonald's. hit the download button, and then watch it at home.
You might be there all day, but hey.
Yeah, you might be there all day, but listen, that's why they got food there for you. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you tell a friend. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. I'm Kyle. That's Anthony. Later.
Peace.